Hey guys, my name is Seniac and welcome back to another pointless city skyline experimental video, where today I am going to answer the question, how far is a citizen willing to walk before they go, you know what, I'm out of here? And that is what we're going to find out today, because we all know there is a certain limit to how far a citizen will walk before they either want to jump onto a vehicle or public transport to get to their destination. Now, why this is a really good experiment is because I always build my cities without even thinking twice about how far a citizen is willing to walk. When it comes down to me placing bus stops, metro stops, tram stops, I never take into account that this stop has a radius of how far people will walk to it. So if we can find out today what their limit is, how far they're willing to go, it might change up the way we potentially build cities in the future. So for example, let's say that they can walk 30 studs. We know that we basically then know when placing bus routes or tram routes or metro routes, every 30 studs kind of destination in that kind of sense, drop a stop. Maybe. Who knows? We'll figure it out. But guys, welcome back to another episode of these pointless experimental videos. I feel like this one might be useful. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. But if you do enjoy it and want to see more of them, please make sure you smash that like button down below. If you're new around here, then make sure you do subscribe so you're notified that next episode does come out. And if you've got any experimental videos that you want me to try and attempt to do in the future, let me know in the comment section too. But boom! Right, this is quite awkward. It is already quite awkward, this whole layout, but we're just going to push on through. So, what I'm going to do, we'll pause it real quick right now. I'm going to create a basic little setup. I don't care how amazing it is, how terrible it is. That is not the whole point of it. We're going to create this little area right now, which is going to be predominantly, it will be all residential. And then what we're going to do then is set up a little commercial district further down the road. So if I bring this up by 10 just there and leave it like that, we'll add everything that we need to add in to get this experiment rocking and rolling. So a little bit of a water tower. We'll do some wind turbines for the power. That should all be good right there. We need to do sewage. So let me just quickly get some sewage all set up, which we'll kind of throw over here. We'll get some water pipes up and running. There we go. So bring that up to there. Straight across. I don't know if the wind turbines don't need water. So what's going to be quite interesting about this experiment then is, when it comes to building cities, the citizens have a limit to how far they're willing to walk, which is amazing for us, because if they can walk, then why do we need to provide public transport in that sense to a certain destination? It's pretty much wasted money because they can walk to it. So we get to know how far they can shop, how far they're willing to travel, and then we can really create then efficient public transport lines, because we know that this area that I'm now building is out of walking distance to this community. Public transport. That's all we need to know, right? That's all we legit need to know. Hopefully this kind of works out and goes in the right direction. So let's kind of get a little bit of power. We're pretty much up and running. It should have the power. It's got the water, the sewage. The only thing it hasn't got is garbage, but we'll kind of worry about that a little bit later. Okay, so we'll fill all this with, actually, not low density. We'll go high density residential so we can maximize how many residents we can get in. And how I'm going to do it is, I know that's a 10 there, so I'm going to bring that up like that. I'm going to bring this up like this. So I'm going to do a few. And this will kind of then gauge us in the sense that I know everyone that goes up is 10 studs. That's 10, 20, 30, and at this point is 40. So if I do 50, I feel like that is perfectly fine. I think I know myself that they'll walk that distance, but we'll attempt to get it all set up anyway and try it all out. So what I'll do is on the corner of this little section here, we'll drop down some commercial. And that is then how they are going to be able to, or how we can find out if they will ultimately walk that distance. I'm actually quite excited. I really am. So what I'll do as well is to make sure that they actually physically can't walk that distance. We'll kind of set up a little kind of national road here. So that can only be kind of accessed by actual vehicles. And then what we'll do then is, I think I'll probably do it on this side. We'll create a little path that kind of walks up. And I'll probably do it on that side as well, hooking all the way up. So if I then go on to just do something as simple as then meeting in the middle to about here, and run this up, and then just simply delete that, delete, delete. So we got smaller little cutting sections there that we can kind of handle and deal with. So we'll wait for a little bit of time to pass by then so we can get these people moving in. And then we'll kind of figure out how far they're willing to walk. So if I kind of first treat it as 50 studs at a time, and then if they don't go over that next set of 50 studs, that's when we kind of then thinking, okay, maybe we need to push this a little bit further. So I'll use the path on the side like here, because this will be a really, really good experiment for us. So do it there, and then we'll do one on this side a little bit further out, so we kind of get like the best of both worlds. So to there, and then in. So that's connecting just there. It's not really connecting just here. So we have a more direct line, and then we'll do something like what we would kind of semi-do when we build our own cities. We kind of build a path or a section that kind of gets to where we need to get to. And what I'll do then is I'll upgrade this little section here to normal road. So we have the little crossing, you know, for the pedestrians to cross over. So very, very simple. It's a bit confusing and a little bit all over the place, but we got two ways in which people can get there. I've kind of added in the national road so they can't drive to it. I've added the national road so they can drive to it, but they can't walk to it. I've added in a path up here, which is the longer route, and then a more direct route in the middle, so we can kind of get the best of both worlds. You know, will they walk the direct route, or they go a little bit out their way to go the longer route, is the question. And I'm going to build another one that kind of comes off here and go in as well. So ultimately then we are getting, like I said, the best of both worlds. So I bring that to there, and this all the way up to here. So you pretty much see how that kind of works, and we get the best of both worlds. So let me just give this little city right now, this little town, what it needs to kind of thrive. And then we can continue with this experiment. There we go. Amazing. So that will slowly start growing back up again. Use that little bit of demand. We got over 100 people living here. So first things first then, we're going to drop down a little bit of commercial just here. So doing a nice little 4x4, which I can 100% guarantee that they'll walk to this area to do some shopping. There is no question about it. You get the odd person who does drive. I could turn it off where it's only service vehicles that kind of make their way down here. But straight away, you can see people walking down. There's no ifs, no buts, no donuts about this. Amazing. So just to make sure that this thrives, I'm going to bring this up a bit more further. And then we'll run this to over there, so he's got a little bit of power. And then we do our next set of 10. So there's one there. Not the set of 10, sorry, next set of 50. So that's 3, 4, and then the last one should be 5, right? So if we do the exact same thing again here then, so if I upgrade just that road, that road, that road, that road, and leave... Actually, if I do one more, because I've got to put it on the corner, don't I? That's what I've got to do. So to there, and that will work. So then really we're actually upgrading this road. Is it that road there I'm upgrading? It's the one before, right? Yeah, that one. Sweet. So, what I then do then is run this little path here all the way up to there. We run this all the way up to here and cut that in. And then run this all the way under to there. Boom. So because we don't really have the full shebang right now with people living here, so I'm going to add a little bit of garbage facilities right now. There we go. I'm trying to keep this little city alive while still having the ability for them to come shopping and stuff like that. So you'll get the odd people who will drive up to here, park, and then walk. I want to get rid of that ability. So, oh, do you know what would make it easier for me as well if I upgraded the ones we're not using to this style really quick? And that makes it a bit easier and kind of get rid of all the parking all the time. So that means no one can park there. They can literally just drive and then drop off. And why don't I add some vehicle restrictions then? So no vehicles. Okay, so nothing but emergency services, garbage, and trucks to get over there. Hopefully they will understand. Can I apply it to the entire road? Oh, it's really just to that section, isn't it? Because of how it all kind of connects in. So they'll happily walk to it. Not a problem. They'll happily walk to this. You can see people walking from down this road now, which is kind of interesting that they're using this one here. I suppose because we don't really have the full set of people living here just yet, is it? So, okay, we're going to add a little bit of a industrial area next. So I know I'm fully aware that I've built the world's worst city right now. I'm fully aware of this. But I'm trying to do an experiment, guys. Your boy's trying to experiment right now. Right, fill up to there. So it'll provide some jobs. And then bring people in. So power should all be hooked up. We might need a little bit more than wind turbines. Is that producing a little bit of power? No. No, it's not. So doing that just generally reduces the amount of wind power anyway, but we should be all good. Which will provide a lot more citizens, meaning lots more people need to do some shopping. So, as you can keep seeing, people walking out, they will travel that far. So will they go all the way up to here then? Now, this is now 10 kind of sections away, which is 100 studs if you kind of think of it in that kind of a sense. So if I drop you there, I'm going to need the power to also connect all the way up. Now, will they walk this far to get over to this area? So as we route like this then, we got the little left path here. The straight path. Now, this will be interesting because say that this is at the limit. Maybe coming down to here and in is not the best option. So this is where they're then technically choosing to drive over here. So does that then fully become out of distance? Because I can't turn the I've turned the parking off, so it is literally the only way that they can then get to here is by driving. Nobody wants to walk this far by the looks of it. So knowing that that is the case, if I then get rid of the ability to even then physically at this point drive over here, because they're ignoring my option or my kind of settings not to have those vehicle restrictions. They're completely ignoring those. So over 100 then, little bit too far by the looks of it. So let's now get rid of the road connecting here. And will they walk up to this point? Now, you might get the people who are currently in this building might walk back because they're kind of stuck here. But I don't think that is possible. Nobody wants to come this far, do they? Or do they? Now, see, watching this little section here. Nobody wants to walk that far. I'm also thinking that this is not really working that well. So just kind of anarchy, a little connection there. Will they then have the ability to walk down from these sides? Who knows? But they won't go that far. So, if they won't go that far, we'll slowly start working backwards. So if I upgrade this road here, and then like I said, we'll slowly start working backwards right now. So do a 4x4 there. And then we do a little bit of a path just here. No. Really? Are you telling me they'll walk that far? What? They'll walk up to here? And then walk over to this point? Oh, wait. Is it because that wasn't connected? Right, hold on. Delete that. Delete you. Hang on, I gotta get rid of the zoning right now. Is it because that wasn't connected correctly? If I drop that in there, will they then still walk all the way up to this point? I think that connection wasn't working that well. Which means this connection here won't be working that well. So they can walk that distance. I don't think I had the path connected correctly to the road. So they will choose to walk all the way up to 10 studs next. Interesting. Interesting. So when you think about it, right, when it comes down to when you're building these roads and networks and all that kind of jazz, if I was to do a bus route here, I would do a bus stop there. I would probably then do a bus stop here and a bus stop here. When in actual fact, you could probably get away with a bus stop here and then a bus stop there. Because getting off there, they have a good, you know, circle to kind of connect to. And then I don't need as many buses, don't need as many stops than holding up traffic. You know what I mean? Wow, okay. So that's got up to 10 at this point. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, will they go further than that? I don't think they're going to be able to go further than that. I think then we're pretty much at the limit. But we'll do it anyway. So that's 2, 3, 4. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, again, same thing again. Just get that road going out by 1 more. We'll upgrade all these little bits to be in that road so no one can park there. All good. We'll do the path first. So gotta remember to anarchy it in. Otherwise it doesn't really work that well. And then a 4x4. The water spreads all the way over there. The power doesn't at the minute. Now, can they walk all the way down to here is the question. So you would probably, again, see them driving down here. Which, there we go, our first vehicle dropping off the goods. But I feel like this is... No. Okay, some of them biked it. That dude just walked. They will walk this far as well. Right. Okay. Okay, we continue. We legit continue. So, let's keep going. So 3. There we go. Number 4. And then this is number 5. I'm amazed. I didn't realize that they walk this far, which is now making me rethink everything I do when it comes to city building. Because now I'm like thinking like, wow, I put some of my... I mean, it still is a good idea to have some of your public transport stops close anyway. Because it can then... It basically then minimalizes the walking distance. Right? But the fact that they will walk... So vehicle ending up over here. Okay, this has got to be the limit. I can't see him walking 200. Right, they're biking it. They're biking it. See, biking don't... Does biking count? That person's walking. You can physically see that this person here is now walking. What in the world? They're willing to walk that distance? That's unreal. Let's get some death care down right now. That's unreal. But then we continue. So we're at 200 studs at this point. Right? 10 and up. 10 and up. So that's 4. This is ridiculous. So this is now 250. This is now literally 250. Like, this can't continue. 250's got to be the limit, right? I said that on the other ones. I literally said that on the other ones. That's got to be the limit. That just feels really, really far for them to want to walk that distance. Yo, that's ridiculous. Right. There's people here. I'm just seeing them walking. But obviously, they will drive this far. And on a bike. On a bike. I reckon on a bike also means they would walk. Look at that. They're walking. They're walking. Okay. They're walking. Right. So we continue? Okay, I'm going to do something in a minute that might change the whole setup. So this then becomes 300. So that's 4. If I go across by 20 and up, because I'm going to have to do another, I'll keep going anyway, do another 4. And then go across by another 20. So then I can have on this spot there, that bit that sticks up. This spot here, that bit. So I'm going to 350 at that point. Let's get the remaining. Right, okay, I know I've said it before in all the other ones, but honestly, you can't keep continuing now at this point. Right, we'll push this further up as well. Well, first to here and in. They don't seem to want to use this road. This path, sorry. But it's there anyway in case they do. And upgrade you. Upgrade you. Just get the path back in real quick. Right, okay, so. 2 lots are now placed in. I've got something on my sleeve I can do to kind of really guarantee that they're not, you know, cheating the system in many ways. But, yeah, we've got 2 more to go. Will they walk up to this point? So I know the vehicles will drive up here because they've got to deliver the goods to make sure that they can supply the customers with their products. It's if they're going to travel this far. So a few vehicles heading down. There's somebody there. Right. But will they go this far? Will they travel this far at this point? And I can't see anybody kind of breaking that threshold for when they decide, yo, that is then too much. That was somebody on a motorbike. Someone's walking just here. Someone's on the bike just there. Will they go here or they continue? Aha! So nobody wants to go any further than past this point in terms of walking or cycling. Unless these 2 peeps do it right now. No. Nobody wants to. Now what does that show us? Is this the limit here? I think that's the limit there. Now granted, I'm going to go up in stages right now to see if I can kind of progressively get anybody going a little bit further. So that is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, so 300 studs, if you think about it in that sense, is their walking limit. As far as we know. Obviously, as far as we know. Let me see what this person here does. Yeah. So, pause it. And then what we do, upgrade all this right now. Upgrade all this. Okay. And then we're going to try our best to kind of incorporate all these little connections. So everywhere's got the same ability. No one's treated any differently. Going down to these areas as well. Like that. So no one's treated any differently in that sense. And then we'll do this gradually. So I want to make sure that no one can park here first. on all this. I've still got to do my other little kind of system I want to work with. But no one can park here, so they can't just drive, park up, get out, and then walk. That is not the case. And right, I'll run this all the way up, so we'll have power throughout. And then we'll do this in stages. So that one's there. Will they go to this one? Oh, where's he going? Now, I believe that person's just got out of a car and then walked the rest. They're using, like, taxis, aren't they? In a weird sense. But we know 300 is the limit. Anything after that is just an awkward bonus. No, I think we've ultimately got it. Because they won't, when they come from this way, they won't pass that threshold. That's amazing. 300 is the limit. Well, as far as I've discovered anyway, 300 is the limit. Which is pretty much here. So you've got from here to over here. Now that's not to say you put a stop there and then you do a stop here. Because people in here still have to walk that way or walk that way to get to where they want to get to. So maybe every 150 you place a stop down. That would kind of make it worth its while. Wow! That's really opened up my eyes to doing stuff. So if I was to do a bus route then. Yeah, let's do a little bus route right now. Let me just kind of drop this just here. And so if I was to do a bus route then, this is what I would then maybe suggest doing. There. And then 150, so that's 1, 2, 3. We'll go here. So we do a stop just there. And then a stop just there to end it. And then we make it come back on itself there. To here. So I recommend that bus stop then, because like somebody who says here and wants to get to either down there or there, they're only walking from there to here. Somebody wants to get from here to over there, they're only walking up there. So they're only going by 50 studs. In that kind of sense. I think that is like a better setup, isn't it? Which then is going to completely kill off then the amount of people who do want to then go on to potentially walk. But at least then we get like a better amount of people going to where they want to get to. Which will then also, once they get off the bus, they can then walk from that bus stop then to whatever's around them. So I think that's a little bit more of an efficient way. But I think I've learned right now, guys. 300. I'm classing it as 300 studs. Is the maximum someone is willing to walk. But do public transport every 150 studs? Or segments, whatever you want to call it. 150, well yeah, 300 segments is as far as they... Wow! So I wonder what would happen if I applied that to like a huge city. But then you start to think... Okay, so I've got this residential community. I know I've got a 300 segment radius around it where they will walk to parks, to jobs, to shops, to entertainment, to, you know, leisure facilities. Without fully needing to have public transport. Or maybe you build a small little town or village and there's a bunch of stuff 300, segments away. Or 150 segments away. See, that's opened my eyes to quite a bit. I'm amazed. I am amazed. So I think on that note, we are going to end it for here. It's quite a little bit of a weird experiment, but we've kind of discovered how far they are willing to walk right now, and that kind of slightly changes things. So I think we're going to end it for here, guys. Hope you did enjoy this weird little experiment video. If you did, smash that like button down below. Until next time, I'll see you all soon. So, goodbye.